Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone is doing well. My name is Perumal Jegan. It's been a while since I uploaded a last video on my YouTube because I was engaged in another an exam preparation, and I was taking an exam. Finally, I managed to clear the exam and earn the certification. So, in this video, I'm going to review about that examination, and I'm going to share my experiences with you. And the exam is eCPPT. The full form is eLearnSecurity Certified Professional Penetration Tester, and it is one of the popular examinations among the cybersecurity researchers, ethical hackers, and penetration testers because it's a hands-on examination. You have to work on keyboard in order to crack this exam. So it is not like answering multiple choice questions, theoretical. Reading some question and answering, choosing the answer from the options. It is not like that. You have to perform penetration test on a real network, and you have to crack that machine, crack the access, and you need to move laterally. You have to establish some persistence. So everything, everything you see in the real-time penetration test, you'll be getting it in this exam. So that is the beauty of this examination. And eLearnSecurity offers a huge 14 days, 1/4 days to take this exam. That is another biggest advantage of this exam. So before sharing my complete experience, I'm giving this overview about this eCPPT exam. Uh, as I said, you'll be getting 14 days, not the complete 14 days for performing the penetration test. Only the first 7 days you will be getting access to their network. So you'll be able to connect to their network, and you can, enumerate their network and try to exploit it for first 7 days. So once the 7 days is done, you'll be entering into the report preparation phase, and whatever the things you collected from the penetration test, you'll be able to add in your report, and you have to prepare a professional looking neat penetration testing report. So that is the objective. So you'll be submitting that penetration testing report. So they will be correcting that report, and they'll be revealing your results. So that is how this examination works. And another incredible stuff about this eCPPT is you are allowed to use any tools during the penetration test. It is not, it is unlike the OSCP, because OSCP has some constraints in terms of tools usage. So in eCPPT, you are not having that problem. So that is another incredible stuff. And as I said, you'll be getting a huge time to accomplish this. So time is not a concern here. And the preparation part, if you don't have any course material, then you can avail that course from INE's website, and the course name is Penetration Testing Professional, and the short form is PTP. So that is the course. You have to purchase that course. That is another drawback regarding in terms of the preparation. I couldn't afford that course, so I used some other resources to prepare for this examination. I'll be telling about that later in this video. And the examination cost is around 400 US dollars. So you can buy this voucher, from the eLearnSecurity website itself, and once you purchase the voucher, you will be getting 6 months of time to take this exam. So before that, you have to take that examination. Otherwise, the exam voucher will expire. And another incredible stuff is eCPPT exam is coming with one free retake option, which means if you are getting failed in the first attempt, you'll be able to take that exam within a stipulated time. So that is another amazing thing about the eCPPT exam. If you are a beginner, absolute beginner, then this eCPPT is not recommended as a first certification, because eLearnSecurity is offering another certification called EJPT, eLearnSecurity Junior Penetration Tester, and that exam I mean, I already accomplished it, and I also made a review video on that, and I added a link to that video in the description, so you can refer that as well if you are an absolute beginner. If you did the EJPT, then before doing OSCP, it is recommended to do the eCPPT, in my point of view, because eCPPT is the next level examination to the EJPT. So if you are having the adequate experience from the EJPT and some CTF experiences, then you'll be able to do this eCPPT exam. And additionally, you have to be prepared in some concepts. So I'll be telling that, but this is it. Once you've done the EJPT, you will be able to carry on the eCPPT before you are doing the OSCP, because OSCP is an it's a difficult exam compared to others. So that's why. So this is the exam path, the pathway, and actually, as I said before, I was able to clear this exam in the second attempt only because I couldn't accomplish certain things in the first attempt. So there are some minimum criteria to pass this exam, but I couldn't accomplish it. I couldn't fulfill it. So that's why I was not able to pass this exam in the first attempt. But in the second attempt, I had an idea what I am up against. Attend this exam without taking much burden, so I was able to clear it pleasantly. So that is the thing. If you are taking the eCPPT exam, then my advice would be, don't do overthink, just keep it simple. So that is a short advice that I am giving to you, because during the exam I did some overthinking in some parts, which costed much time during the first attempt. Then I realized I wasted a lot of time. Then I get back, I just I thought simply, then I was able to resolve that. So that is the thing. That is a simple advice that I would give. And this exam is having buffer overflow in its syllabus. So the buffer overflow, I would recommend watching the Cyber Mentor's buffer overflow series. Actually, the Cyber Mentor has released a buffer overflow series on YouTube. He has released the series before a couple of years, but that is pretty old with Python 2. But this year in 2022, the Cyber Mentor has released a updated buffer overflow video with Python 3. So I would recommend watching the latest 2022 video because it includes both Python 2 and Python 3. So that is that would be more than enough to crack the buffer overflow thing. And if you I wish to say another a huge difference between other certifications like OSCP and eCPPT. In eCPPT, you must know a concept called pivoting. Pivoting is a concept of moving to the next target system through a compromised target system. If you compromised one system, then only you will be able to move to another system through the compromised system itself. So that is the concept of pivoting. So in eCPPT, the pivoting concept is very, very vital. You have to be familiar with that concept. But in order to carry on, in order to learn this pivoting, uh, I will share a couple of links in the description. And also, TryHackMe offers a beautiful room called Wreath, WREATH. So that is the TryHackMe room. I would highly recommend taking that TryHackMe exercise, because it is clearly explaining the concept pivoting with multiple tools. So it is always recommended to know the multiple pivoting tools, because at the time of the exam, yes, a specific tool that you are familiar with might not work as you expect. So at that time, if you know an alternate tool, then it would be very handy. That's why I am recommending to uh, be familiar with multiple pivoting tools. Not only it is not it is not applicable only for the pivoting. for all other generic concepts as well. And another specific thing I wish to say is the Metasploit usage. Actually, it is recommended to use the Metasploit in eCPPT. As I said before, there are no tool constraints, though you can able to use the Metasploit, and also it is easy to use. I recommend learning the manual exploitation methods as well in parallel with the Metasploit concepts, because don't rely on the Metasploit completely, because it might screw you as it did for me. Because when I was taking the exam, I was trying to use the Metasploit, but it was not worked as I expected. So then I tried the manual exploitation, then I succeeded in that. So from my experience, I'm just telling this, don't rely on the Metasploit, just try to learn the equivalent manual exploitation method as well. So that is another a big suggestion that I would like to give. And a very important point, eCPPT exam is not like capture the flag. It is not a capture the flag. It is like a real-time penetration test. They will be giving a scope of engagement. You have to go through that scope of engagement. You have to be clear with your scope, and you have to perform the you have to follow the penetration testing life cycle, and you have to perform the enumeration, vulnerability scanning, exploitation, post exploitation, lateral movement, persistence. You have to perform all these things to get crack in this exam, because it's a real time penetration test. So they'll be giving a real time network, so you have to uh, find the flaws in that network, the systems on that network. So that is the objective. So it is definitely not a CTF. So you should keep that in your mind. Always focus on the post exploitation activity, because the post exploitation matters the most. It is very, very important. It's not a spoiler, so it's just a generic comment. So post exploitation is very important, so be aware. And while you are taking the exam, it might test your patience at some places, because when I was taking the exam, at some point of time, I was really in that frustration. It made me frustrate, and also at some point I felt like it's an amazing exam. So that is how it would be giving you a feel. So it's a mixed feel actually. If you are a beginner, if you are a beginner with the EJPT, then you'd be getting that feel. So that is the expectation. And practice the pivoting. As I said before, enumeration is the key. So if you are getting 1 or 2 cut the tree, then you should be focus on uh, sharpening the axe for first 50 minutes. So this is just the proverb that told by the Abraham Lincoln. So this is applicable to enumeration as well, because you have to enumerate as much as possible in order to know more about your target, what you are up against. So once you get to know that, then you will be able to, you'll be able to crack that machine with ease. So that is another advice that I would be giving. So if you are not able to afford the PTP course, then I would recommend taking up the basic try hack me hack the box machines. There are some try hack me hack the box machines. So I would recommend taking that examination. I couldn't say, I cannot say the machine name explicitly. It might be a spoiler. So that's why I'm just telling it generically. Takes the basic machines of try hack me and hack the box. So that would be more than enough. The machines with easy difficulty. So that would be enough. And what else? The buffer overflow part. If you are watching the cyber mentor buffer overflow series, then in addition with that, I would recommend you to watch the John Hammond's basic buffer overflow video. Actually, he made an excellent video to explain the buffer overflow. I watched it. Actually, it ran around 56 minutes, I believe. So it was an excellent video. He clearly explained what is buffer overflow. You can refer either the Cyber Mentor or the John Hammond's buffer overflow video. So I would recommend that. And if you want to practice the buffer overflow, then Uh, Take the TriHackMe rooms, Brainstorm, BrainPan. So these two rooms are very crucial. If it would be helping you to practice the buffer overflow. And don't forget to turn any stone, because a small information could be having, might be having a very vital information beneath it. So don't forget to turn any stone, turn all the stones. That would be very helpful for you. And also it will reduce the penetration testing time. So try to be calm, patience, uh, then you'll be able to get through this examination. The final part, the report preparation. Report preparation is very, very important. People might think report preparation, they might be giving some less importance to this space, but this is equally important as the penetration testing piece, because during the penetration test, you might perform some testings and you may take some screenshots, vital screenshots, but it's all about the report. Whatever you may perform in the penetration test, the examiner, they won't aware all the efforts that you put during the penetration test. What they are witnessing, they are going to witness your report. So make sure you are preparing a neat, professional looking report. That is very important. So ensure you are preparing a report with a professional format. That is very, very important. And also don't forget to add each and every point that you have collected. Mention the vulnerabilities that you have found, um, its impacts, its remediation, the evidence for that vulnerability, and the description of that vulnerability. You can also refer the some standards. For example, if any web vulnerability you are finding, then try to find the OWASP URL for that vulnerability. Try to refer that URL in that report. So this will be helping you to, this will be helping the examiner to read and understand the report, easily. So that is very, very important. Make the report simple, look simple. So once the examiner witnesses the report, they'll be able to understand that report at the first sight. That is very, very important. And in examination, a certain point, the certain part, you have to mention step by step in the report. I'm not revealing what part it is, but a certain part you have to be mentioning it point by point. So ensure you are doing that. And it is better to have a separate section in the report to mention the exploitation steps. So that is very, very, that is very, very, that will be very, very helpful. So that is another thing. This is about the report preparation. And when you are performing the penetration test itself, take the screenshots, takes all the adequate screenshots, because after 7 days, the first 7 days, you will no longer have the access to that that penetration testing environment. So if you want to take any screenshot, or if you want to record the screen, then do it in the first 7 days. Take all those screenshots and the video footages to a safer place. uh, Preserve it. So it will be very helpful. It will be required when you are preparing the report. And when you are preparing the report, make sure you are using the images as much as possible, rather than describing something in a sentence, because pictures speak louder than words. So that is the reason. Highlight the important points in the screenshot with some boxes. So that will be very, very helpful. So this is about the report preparation. I hope you really learned something, yeah, valuable from this video. If you are taking the eCPPT exam, then I wish you all the best. You can share this video among your friends if they are preparing for this exam. I also made a blog post, a Medium blog about this eCPPT. So I'm adding that link in the video description. So you can refer that as well. And I'll see you next time with another exciting video. If you haven't subscribed my channel, don't forget to subscribe it and press the bell icon to get notified whenever I'm posting a video. If you're having any opinion, put it in the comment section. I'll be reading those and responding to your valid questions. You can also like this video and share this video among your friends. I'll catch you next time with another exciting video. Until then, signing off. Cheers, and I love you all. Thank you so much.